the mental strength that to have is to go, I acknowledge that, and that doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to my process.
So, like I said, my mind also goes to what my coaches and what my teammates think. So even today, or maybe in the matches, what was happening was I bowled a bad ball, or even like an average ball, a good ball, a dot ball, for example. But then it was like, what is my captain going to think? What is the keeper going to say next? So, what can I do about that? Like, how can I keep my focus on myself and rely on myself? Because most of my teammates, they drop like a lot of catches, even the ones at covers. So that is a bit too frustrating at times, because when you're not getting wickets, when you're giving it your all out there in the middle in India's heat, then there is this frustration like, why can't they just take a simple catch? So what can I do about that?
So, so again, I laugh because I've had that myself as well. I used to get super angry, and then I think one of the things that personally changed for me, but now with athletes I work with, is for me to say to you, what are your expectations? Right? It sounds like the expectations. So we there are only really a couple of things that we can control in our life, which is how we view ourselves and our expectations of ourselves. And our expectations of ourselves really have to revolve around our energy, our attitude, our focus, our attention, all of these things, the techniques, the processes, all of the physical movements, these are all in our control, right? Anything out, but placing expectations onto other people is a bit of a recipe for disaster, right? It's like drinking poison and hoping the other person will die. And that for me is placing those expectations onto other people can move your attention again to something that's completely not in your control, because other people's expectations are not in your what someone thinks of you, what someone says about you, what the environment is doing, they're not in your control. And again, what is not in your control will create anxiety, but what is in your control will calm anxiety, right? Focusing on those things. So I would say a little bit more about what is your expectation of actually performance. So one of your expectations might be that you're not telling yourself is that every time there is a catch opportunity that it's going to be taken, right? That's not in your control. That how someone takes that catch is not in your control. But what is in your control is one, how you respond, and two, the processes you have to create more opportunities, to hopefully create more opportunities. You could bowl the best spell, you could play the best match you've ever played, you could create opportunity after opportunity and just doesn't get taken. And that's sport. That's why we play, because there is an element of unknown about it. People watch sport and they engage in sport because we can try, but we don't know. We don't fully know. And so the expectations, this is my personal experience that I had and something I do with the athletes I work with, is that trying to set the expectations back on the process and the enjoyment of actually doing that, and the enjoyment and the engagement of having the process. So this is the same thing as, can you enjoy bowling a 20 over spell, getting none for 50, the same way you can enjoy a 20 over spell, getting 5 for 60, right? Like can you enjoy both of those? Because at the same time, you are just bowling balls at the ground. You are just bowling balls on a 22-yard piece of grass, right? Like, and can you just enjoy that? Novak Djokovic said recently, or not so long ago, when asked, "Why do you still play tennis? Why have you not given up? So why keep going?" sort of thing. And he said, "Because no one else enjoys hitting tennis balls like I do. Like, I enjoy the process of hitting tennis balls. I love it." And that takes away outcome, that takes away winning, losing. That is just pure enjoyment in what you're doing. So, kind of going back to you building your process and understanding your process, once you've got it, can you start to make that the game that you're playing? Can you actually make that the fun thing that you're enjoying? I'm enjoying the activity of me executing my process in training, and then I get to take it into a game. But the game gives me an opportunity of winning and having some success. And yeah, I'm not guaranteed that success, but at least I get an opportunity for it. So when that next catch is dropped and it's frustrating, you can, yes, draw in all of the reasons why this sucks. It's hot in the sun of India. This is horrible. It's flat. The batter is on 99. Like, what an opportunity that was. or just get back to the top of your mind and go, I'm going to give it all for my process next and hope we can get there. Because you're going to have more and more of these experiences. Like, sport will throw these at you constantly. It's going to give you every opportunity to move you away from the things you do well. And the mental strength that to have is to go, I acknowledge that, and that doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to my process.